Welcome back to another episode of the Block Runner Podcast. I'm your host, William, always here with your co-host, Iron.
What's going on, dude?
On the sticks, we got TJ.
Hello.
All right. We just finished 20 minutes video. You should watch. We go deep into NAT. We're going to go even deeper today.
Yes. And for those of you wondering why there's like a decline in video output.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're cooking lads. Because if you watched our last video, one of the things Casey, I guess, recommended, which we're still kind of like wrapping our heads around, like what the hell is he talking about with the word Caballists?
Yeah, I looked that up. Let me look it up again. That way I can read it to you guys. Because you already know what it is, but it's interesting to see what Google says about it.
Well, I looked it up, and it said something about like a Jewish organization of some kind. Yeah, I think, followers of Jewish mystical things. Mystical?
Yeah, but that's not what I got.
That's
hell.
I don't think that's what he's referring to either. You keep getting the same.
How did that happen?
I don't know. That's what I got, dude. When I searched.
Wait, Caballists.
Yeah, but he didn't say it like that. He said Kabbalists. Maybe you should speak it into AI. Like, hey, Grok, do you know what a Kabbalist is?
Okay, here it is. This is what I got. It says Kabbalists may refer to a group of people who are united in some close design, usually to promote their private views or interests in an ideology, state, or another community, often by intrigue, and usually without the knowledge of those who are outside their group.
Right.
A cabal. I think that's what he was saying. So what the hell are we talking about? Let's just play the clip.
Digital matter theory. I'm
rank number one.
Rank number one. Yeah,
this is rank number one.
This is just like on-chain schizophrenia. Like,
can you explain? Like, I know you know, maybe on-chain schizophrenia covers it, but like the graphic you were showing me with the 69s highlighted, like what is going on?
You can basically say like, look, I'm going to issue a token, and 1 unit of that token is going to exist every time there's a 69 inside of a block hash in a Bitcoin block.
Yeah.
So something like that. It's literally like the DMT Git book. It has like these screenshots of the Ordinals Explorer, and then like the transaction hashes in a block. And every time there's a 42, it's highlighted.
Are you sure it's not 420?
Yeah, there's 420 and 69. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's not 42. I mean, 42 is also a number, but 420 and 69 are the obvious ones.
So it's basically like schizophrenia-driven development. Again, it's like, as far as I can tell, it's markdown-driven development. As far as I can tell, it's like you have a big markdown doc, and like maybe there's code, maybe there's not. So yeah. DMT.
I mean, but I love the idea of like, what's the utility? Well, every time that there's 69,
that's right. Yeah.
There's a new token that's made.
Yeah.
They're probably going to unveil some sort of structure deep within the cryptographic universe through this sort of pattern recognition. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, man.
I think if you tried to visualize these sort of things where these numbers are eternal archetypes, right? And so if you're making an attempt to try to build structure around that, they might find that it's sort of in the shape of like a golden ratio spiral, or they may sort of figure out this multi-dimensional kind of structure. I think they're onto something.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And that's the utility.
I think we really need to get the Kabbalists involved.
There it is.
You know what I mean? Like,
this is
the
the place where
hardcore Kabbalists, like,
yeah.
That, dude? Kabbalists.
I don't know if he means the Kabbalists.
I think so. Well, he follows up like, so what would these Kabbalists be doing? He's like, basically putting together code to amplify this concept in some way, right? Making it, I don't know, impactful.
Yeah.
And I interpret this as like, get some damn developers and build an app or something.
Yeah.
Like a true banger.
Yeah.
And that's a real representation of like DMT, because in its current state, I don't know. It's
but I just find it weird that he said Kabbalists, right, versus developers. If that was the case.
Well, maybe he because I don't know, maybe that's another way of saying like important developers. It's like they're not just developers, but they're like
maybe part
of the cabal, right? Which means like
they're gonna pump it, or
they just have like the right connects networks to where like whatever it is they end up utilizing DMT for.
Well, put us in contact, Casey.
Yeah, is that you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know of any Kabbalists ourselves.
That's kind of the point of this, right? Where it's like
we're on the outside.
We've never been Kabbalists, so we've always had to take it upon ourselves as outsiders to kind of prove things, right? In this way, hence the content production slowing down. Because we have to allocate more of our focus and energies onto Kabbalist-like activities without the Kabbalist influence and power and all that shit.
Yeah.
Right? Which is unfortunate. But it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
And we don't know how long that's going to maintain, but we agree. It's like, yeah, DMT is cool conceptually, and there already exists some very notable prospects as far as like creations as a result of DMT,
oh, yeah,
which
100%.
They obviously kind of either missed or overlooked.
Well, they knew to a certain extent because they used the NAT logo as the representation to DMT. Yeah, which on the Gitbook makes no reference.
It's true
to that iconography to DMT.
Yeah, but they did at the NatGMI.
They did
Twitter page, which has it like all over the place.
Yes,
in very cult-like symbology. Did they have Satoshi table? It's like the banner of the Twitter page.
Yeah, fun fact, if you zoom in on that Satoshi table, you and I are sitting right next to Satoshi.
Yeah. How cool. We're fucking cool as hell, dude.
I guess we are part of the cabal in that case, right?
Yeah, we got to form our own cabal, right? That's what we're attempting to do. So yeah, it's like we can't make as much content as we would like. Because we agree we need to build something of notable application, I think.
Yeah.
More so than what we've already have done in the past.
Yeah.
That fits in line with what we understand to be as product market fit, so that more people become aware of DMT. They get to experience it, and they can potentially resonate with it the way Erin seems to be doing. Right? She's obviously identified like the why.
Right. Right.
Which I think a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah, so let's complete the video here.
Of the synagogue or whatever, get them writing some Rust, deploying some smart contracts. Maybe they'll have like a banger,
That's how I think of all of these, this is like, this one's asking the right questions.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like whenever
how
it's like,
little code and thought can we put into this? How little can we just make it based on like pattern matching?
But when we talk about smart contracts, and it's like, okay, well, we need smart contracts so that you can swap one token for another really fast. It's not so appealing to me, right? But when you say, well, we need smart contracts so that we can recognize how many times 69 has been put into the hash of a block header every single block, that's more interesting.
Right.
That's getting at something it's more applicable to my work.
Right.
Yep. So just personally, that kind of speaks to me more.
Right.
Good luck to them.
Yeah, good luck to them. Yeah. Next we have the Arch.
Yeah, so good luck, hi man. Thank you guys.
I want your prayers, dude.
and I want your blood.
You're not getting that. Dude. What the fuck? You want my blood, dude?
Well, Caballists, right?
That's pretty scary, dude. I didn't know you were that freaky. It's like, give me your blood now.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying how little can you put into this is like DMT is specifically a way to recognize patterns, right? So why is that like a big deal? It's because humans have been recognizing patterns for 100,000 years. And if you go look at, if you're in America and you look at a plug in the wall, it kind of looks like a face. There's no face there, but it kind of looks like a face.
Yeah.
Right. And so that is a self-defense mechanism that we've evolved using to protect ourselves from like things that have a sharp teeth, right? That pattern tends to, if you recognize that pattern, it tends to save your life if you stay away from it, right? So yeah, DMT is just pattern recognition, and we happen to show examples on the DMT Gitbook for 69 and 420, just to have like a comedic, approach to this.
Yeah, and yeah, we needed something, right? We needed to identify.
Yeah, it's better than some random hexadecimal value, so
which is fine too. I mean, NatCats is 3V, right?
Yeah,
that's pretty random. I wouldn't have originally thought to identify 3V as like some notable string of information to identify a collection to, right?
Yeah.
And forever embed eternal existence with. Like that is what NatCats has done. And a lot of subsequent DMT collections as a result of that, as a result of NatCats like success.
Yeah, but part of it is because you're choosing a non-arbitrary value for your supply. So in that case, he was choosing 8,064
EV.
Yeah,
he did like a little bit of research, right?
Yeah,
he's like, I have a desirable supply.
Yeah,
he didn't necessarily want 10K off the rip. He wanted 8K so that the next time the next supply comes through, who knows when? It's already been almost 2 years.
That's right. Yeah,
year and a half or something like that.
Yeah,
hasn't happened yet. The next 3B has not occurred.
Yeah, but man, you feel it coming though.
I've been feeling it this whole time. It's like anxiously,
like in your knapsack sack.
Yeah, one of those sensations, right? So, anxiously awaiting the next appearance of NatCats, because I mean that's going to be a pretty monumental event to see the next 2,000 iterations, procedurally generated by Bitcoin, essentially.
Yeah.
Come into existence, and then we all get to kind of redigest EV's original Git book to kind of look at the traits. Like, did any of these undiscovered traits all of a sudden render this time around? That it introduces a whole new layer of like value dynamics within the collection itself. Like, this is really cool stuff. Like that hasn't really been tinkered with before. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what everybody's kind of like waiting one day to experience.
Yeah, and Erin's alluding to the fact that she's making the connection to the physical reality in the same way that all of us have to abide by the laws of physics.
Yeah.
It's like those are non-arbitrary components to our existence, right? They're there whether you believe in them or not. And I think there's a movement challenging like the existence of gravity, like a bunch of idiots.
What do you mean? How do you challenge gravity?
In the same way that people challenge that the Earth is round or flat or whatever.
But what are you doing by challenge? You're just saying like it's not like a
fake news. That's what they're saying. That's how they're challenging it too. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is
I'm just curious.
The point is that these physical realities, these laws of physics are real whether you believe in them or not. And there's an independent, verifiable way that you can confirm that they are real, because if you look into the mechanisms of science, you can independently come to the exact same conclusion running your own experiments. And that's the point. And so how does that relate to DMT? Well, DMT takes the same value aspects of understanding the laws of physics. And if you can't manipulate the laws of physics, kind of like you can't manipulate the data in the Bitcoin blockchain, they sort of draw some parallels there.
Yeah.
And so Erin is sort of intuitively picking that up.
Yeah. And, some people can quantify that, I don't know, as like some esoteric alignment in a way.
Yeah, I guess.
Others say no, like that's the opposite, the antithesis of like.
Yeah, it's the same degree of esotericness as thinking that at one point humanity thought Earth was the center of the universe, or at least the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this esoteric person who was like, no, it's actually the sun is the center of the galaxy. And turns out the sun is the correct answer. So and my point is everything is esoteric until it's proven true.
Yeah. So I don't know. So now that the NAT paper is completed, and again, hopefully by now is released, so we would like for everybody listening to this to spend some time going through it. I think it's roughly a 15 to 20 minute exercise if you really like ham your way through it. But if you take your time, like I did, I think I went through it like several times just to kind of like proofread, of course, and just, get a real grasp on what it is we put together. Is this like a complete enough or not?
Yeah.
But yeah, it usually took me about 30, 40 minutes. Just do that, so that we can get some feedback, because there won't be much changed, if anything at all, at this point, like once it's released. So
yeah,
I think it's important for all of us to kind of align with this messaging that's within the NAT paper. But beyond this is now us rethinking a little bit the DMT side of things, which is, again, NAT paper is much more hyper-focused on what NAT does and serves as like an individual thing that has existence now within this crypto space.
Yeah, I mean, Casey's talking about is like we should get the Caballists to go and develop code and Rust and all that stuff to see if there's a banger. Well, actually, there's already a banger.
It's on your shirt, dude.
It's on my shirt. You don't have one of these shirts, but
it was on yesterday.
Yeah,
I forgot to bring it.
Yeah, it's the NAT token, right? It happens to solve a very big problem that most people are not talking about, and it's a DMT outcome product.
Yeah, so we think it's a banger because. Yeah, I mean, we're attempting to tackle what we think is one of the biggest problems facing Bitcoin's
facing society.
Potentially, yeah.
Humanity's at stake here.
Could be. Could be. So again, you could just watch the last two podcasts. We kind of broke that down already.
The NAT token will prevent World War III. That's how big this is.
Or cause it. Can't imagine that, dude. I didn't.
No way.
I didn't mean that.
This is not going to cause World War III.
There's no way.
I think it'll prevent it.
Okay, why?
Okay, because
you sound like you're making fun at this point, right?
Am I?
No, I'm questioning to somebody because you're saying crazy things right now.
Well, okay, so
I need some justification.
So what led to the United States having the world reserve currency? Let me just ask that.
Complete global dominance.
How?
Military might.
From what event?
God damn. World War II.
Exactly.
Okay, I aced your test. Fuck, dude.
A+, dude.
Thanks. Fucking did it, dude. I got my little scorecard. What do you call those? Those
report cards.
No, those
Scantrons.
Scantrons. Got my Scantron back, dude. I doubt they still use those, but I wonder.
They probably just use tablets these days.
Yes, dude.
It's like real time answers.
we're
like you hit
old,
submit,
dude.
it's like you failed.
Yeah, we had to like actually write on paper.
Yeah, color holes.
Man, we're old, dude. We're freaking dust.
Everybody's like, "What's a Scantron?"
Yeah, I'm sure everybody listening to this experienced Scantrons too. But yeah, your kids are probably nowhere near Scantrons anymore. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good to ask.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
But anyway,
I aced it.
Yeah. So so then, what would lead to the next superpower being the world reserve currency? What would happen? What would need to happen?
Something similar, right?
Exactly.
I would imagine.
Right. So if NAT works, means that Bitcoin is more decentralized, way more valuable because you have an actual security budget that is way more sustainable than Bitcoin having every 4 years all the way to 2140, where it ultimately goes to zero subsidy. And then what? We're going to depend on transactions on a store of value asset? I don't think so. Right? And so now if it works, we increase decentralization, we increase security, and therefore increase its value. And therefore Russia and China and Germany and the United States, Britain, all these adopt Bitcoin as an independent global money. And that's how we prevent World War III.
Okay.
Quite a thesis, right?
That is pretty quite the claim. I would say. I mean, imagine. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like to think about those things too much just because it's a little too heavy.
Yeah.
But you could be right. I don't know. I never like to acknowledge that degree of gravitas, I guess. Because
it's just understanding history and the results of that historical event. And
well, one thing for sure is Bitcoin actually does have that degree of gravity to it. Like because of its like actual monetary value, and it's what seems to be in real time positioning within like this global monetary apparatus. Like it's happening in real time. The things that we 5 years ago when we first started this podcast theorized or hypothesized would one day come true. Like they're happening in real time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's real gravity to that. And there's those statements actually reign true. Right. So, under that acknowledgement and the understanding and the agreement that there are some underlying problems that, the people in the Knots camp or the people like Michael Saylor, they might not be, top blasting the knowledge awareness of this thing for whatever reason.
The
right?
knowledge awareness of what thing specifically?
Well, the security.
Oh, the security budget.
Security budget crisis that,
Yeah. Yeah, you're under the impression that Michael Saylor has interviewed all the miners and like really checked into this stuff. And to me, it from like a contextual standpoint, I don't think he's done that.
I would be insane. I would be very distraught.
Yeah, if I were Michael Saylor, I would hit up Foundry and all of them and say, hey, what are your issues as a business? Like what concerns you? Like, mining is clearly very important, right? Yeah. So what are you worried about?
Yeah, I think if he's in the position of trying to, like, again, engineer and architect this alignment with Bitcoin into the institutional financial regime of the United States,
yeah,
he would have that level of understanding, like, to all the funnels of activity within, that stem throughout Bitcoin, right? Then mining is like the most important of those, like, stems, right?
Sure. Yeah. No. This is not to say that he doesn't understand the importance of mining, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think he's done. I'm assuming he's done massive due diligence.
Yeah.
To the point where he's like interfaced with them individually.
Yeah, because he's a smart guy,
and he's allocating billions of dollars.
Yeah, but here's where I feel like he didn't, because if he had, he would understand that there's a Bitcoin security budget issue.
Yeah, the reason why is because I've watched a few minor interviews, just like, just on YouTube. Yeah. And all of them, acknowledge the fact that there are issues, like with the revenue model, and then they acknowledge that ordinals plays like a big component to,
for sure,
having a hopeful outlook for these mining entities. It's like, hopefully that thing that happened with ordinals, we're hoping and expecting more of that to happen into the future.
Please come back.
Yeah, to offset the reality of the subsidy issue, right? Like, subsidy is going to diminish over time and make our operations that much more stressful, right?
Let me see if we can put ordinals into perspective. I don't think anyone's done this, but I was thinking about this, and we have about 100 million inscriptions, right?
I think so.
So that's 100 million Satoshis with data attached to them, right?
Yeah.
So what is 100 million Satoshis?
There's how many Satoshis is in a Bitcoin?
100 million.
So it's one whole Bitcoin.
One whole Bitcoin.
Okay. And
there's 21 million Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So these people that are saying that spam on the network, like graffiti, let's agree it's graffiti. Right now, 21 million Bitcoin laid out across the table. One of them has graffiti.
Yeah, 2 years, right? 2 to 3 years of graffiti activity.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like, but that's not really the full picture, because that one Bitcoin is like moving around and all that stuff. Yeah, but okay. Still, 100 million Satoshis have data attached to them.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
No, I would agree. But I don't know if that's what they're arguing about.
Like, it's not spam on the network, right?
Yeah, but there's like multiple facets to, like, what.
No, of course, yeah.
What's interpreted.
They're not complaining about the size and scope of spam. They're complaining about what you can do because you can spam the network.
Yeah.
But really, my point is like, let's really zoom out and see, like, what has actually happened here. Mm-hmm. And it's only one Bitcoin worth of graffiti.
Well, yeah, it's okay. So people like Michael Saylor have a tremendous, like, weight of responsibility at this point, right? Because again, he's like a navigating force to getting this pathway that we kind of see ahead of us, where at some point Bitcoin becomes some sort of underlying pillar to the United States' economic strategy moving forward, to whatever you want to call it. If it's like a reset moment to reestablish, like, the dollar's dominance, whatever it is, whatever ends up happening, there's an obvious effort to get, like, Bitcoin involved in that, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, put yourself in his shoes. Once you have, let's say, ideally, he's probably going to go for 1 million Bitcoin, maybe a little bit more. And if you're holding 1 million Bitcoin, you're probably in the position of, like, guys, don't touch Bitcoin. Just don't mess with it. Leave it alone. Don't touch it.
Okay, that's fine, but then the result of that is, no velocity on the network itself.
Exactly.
Which means, you're whenever people ask you like what's going to sustain the security of the network down the line, and you respond with fees, you're contradicting yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. So then, okay, not fees, then what else? Like, oh yeah, that ordinals thing in the past, it generated a ton of fees at one point.
But don't spam the network.
Yeah,
though.
like does that mean you support, Core, who's advocating for, the utility of these different transaction outputs to
general purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
so what is it? What are we supposed to do?
So then no, not that, right? Run nuts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Let's kill Bitcoin then. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, you're saying like let's run it down to a path of non-sustainability.
Yeah.
And then you're so either they know this and they're intentionally like hiding this fact or this reality.
If they know this, why would they want to hide this? If that is the outcome of this strategy, that's why
it's like humanity, right? It's like the United States has known the monetary system is like not sustainable, but we keep kicking the can down the road anyways.
I think predominantly because there wasn't. Well, I don't know. We do kick the can down the road.
Yeah, this is like what we do. Is like I think we know like things are like a ruse at the like fundamental level, but it's okay as long as we get enough people to like not be aware of that underlying fragility.
And that is falling apart now. People are waking up to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's bring in this new thing called Bitcoin that still has some underlying fragility to it.
Yeah, I see your position.
Let's not bring that forward so that as long as there's enough people unaware of this, then we can execute on this transition.
Yeah.
Right?
So let's play through that scenario, right, as game theory, right? So they're playing down the problem of Bitcoin. That's what you're saying. And they're
intentionally.
Let's not worry about the problem. Let's just continue pushing this narrative. The United States is going to adopt it, and they're going to try to balance the balance sheet here.
Yeah, and then that act alone is probably enough to perpetuate, what it is that gives these types of individuals that collective delusion of like, because Bitcoin has at minimum 2x than the past, it should theoretically maintain that like growth expectation down the line.
I think it can for 10, 20 years, maybe.
Exactly.
And that's probably good enough.
Exactly. For who? For people who have, $100 billion invested into this thing. By then, we'll be worth trillions of dollars. Once we get to a point of like fragility, I'm okay with that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've gotten my 100x. I'm now sitting on $10 trillion worth of
100x, like 10,000x, dude.
10 years from now? 20 years from now?
Yeah. This is like
10,000x.
Talking about $10 million Bitcoin. Well,
that's not 10,000.
That's 100.
100x?
100x.
Yeah, that's what I said, right? They're 100x. Or did I say 10x?
Yeah, but I'm talking about people who've been holding.
Of course. Which most of them have been, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just like a...
See, okay, so, man, there's so much to say because there's so many parts to this. It's like if that happens, the United States, you're talking about, and we talk about this in the NAT paper. So if you're watching this and you haven't read the NAT paper, it's likely out. So go ahead and read it. Pause it now and read it. And the introduction, we talk about what we're going to talk about next. And what you're saying is the United States is going to adopt Bitcoin, 1 million, 4 million Bitcoin, doesn't matter. They're going to offset their balance sheet by adopting Bitcoin. They're going to deflate the dollar, or inflate the dollar, I should say. And they're going to devalue the dollar to prop up Bitcoin to offset the balance to keep this, version of kicking the can down the road.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
So then at that point, still Bitcoin has a problem, the longevity problem, the security budget problem, and the United States, because has a huge vested interest with 4 million Bitcoin in this scenario, they're going to mine it themselves, altruistically.
Yeah, I mean, assuming all this actually works in their benefit, right? And I don't know, maybe the rest of the world in counter to this, it's like let's jump into gold instead, which would probably also be a failing proposition, right? But whatever ends up happening, it's like the United States has won, and it's like new financial engineering.
So here's the thing. So I agree to what you're saying, but there's a caveat. And the caveat is that the world is aware that now there's independent money, right? The global existence of humanity, they know that there is an independent money called Bitcoin, right? They know that the United States is going to game their way into maintaining global supremacy for the next 100 years at least. Mm-hmm. They're going to game their way. They know that.
Yeah.
And so what other countries are doing, they're creating this organization called BRICS, and they're going to try to compete with the United States. Mm. But under this decentralized understanding, under this like independent money, if the United States adopts this strategy and doesn't maintain decentralization, then it is like the United States creating a new dollar and trying to push people to use that dollar, right? It's a centralized currency that they're going to try to get other countries to also adopt a centralized currency. It is no different, even though we're talking about Bitcoin here. So Bitcoin centralized, it's like the dollar, is what I'm trying to say. Now, so now let's play through that. So Bitcoin centralized loses its value and therefore doesn't end up paying for the debt.
But you agree, like the value of Bitcoin really stems from essentially energy consumption, right? So it's like not so much like decentralization.
And that's part of the caveat here is that if the United States by themselves can consume at least 50, let's say to make things easier, 51% of the surplus of the world, they have a super money.
Yeah, superposition.
Yeah. Yeah. They're in a super position that a competing country cannot defeat that.
Yeah, and the result of that is they get to maintain this status quo where they're the only country in this position of power where you get to just infinitely print your way out of any bad predicament, right?
Yeah, 100%.
That is a real superpower in the context of economics, right?
So yeah, I agree. So either the United States altruistically mines Bitcoin by themselves and they consume 51% of the surplus, mm-hmm. where it makes it extremely difficult for countries to go and attack it, mm-hmm. then Bitcoin is extremely valuable.
Yeah, I would say.
Or Bitcoin is decentralized. The United States still adopts 4 million Bitcoin, and there is a global race between multiple countries to get as much Bitcoin as possible, even though the United States has 4 million Bitcoin, because whether you have 4 million Bitcoin or not, or this country has 1 million or 500,000 Bitcoin, they can still create their own money backed by Bitcoin anyways.
Yeah, but the idea is the sense of urgency to try and be like a first mover here is to essentially cement your position, assuming like it becomes like an actual geopolitical positioning race for the like the accumulation of Bitcoin, kind of like what we're seeing happening at the like institutional finance level and like corporate level, right? Where it's a race. Which of these companies can devise the best accumulation strategy?
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Through whatever means necessary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Whether it's architecting the freaking financial transmission.
Yeah.
Which Michael Saylor has done.
Yeah. It's if you go look at Michael Saylor's tweets, there's a GIF with 4 gears turning, and each gear is a product from the treasury.
Correct. Yeah. Or it's like, you're like Strive, right? They're getting in the business of mergers and acquisitions. Like that's their way to accumulate Bitcoin.
Yeah.
They've already swallowed Semler Scientific.
Yep.
So everybody has their own approach, but this is going to start to happen at the government level, essentially. I think.
So true. Yeah. Yeah. The government could just swallow strategy.
All of them.
And all of them. Yeah, they could.
Yeah. So the urgency is you want to be first, right? Because that's going to drastically influence the repricing of the underlying asset here that we're all talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so if you're first in line, that makes it that much more difficult for those to follow and execute, right? So whoever gets to like 20, 30% first essentially wins this game forever.
Yeah, 100%. There is not enough room for 2 superpowers to hold 20% of Bitcoin.
Yeah, so I think the United States knows this. I think Russia knows this. I think China knows this.
Yeah,
man.
They
all know this.
If if I was part of the government, I would be red alert right now. It's like, guys, this is very important.
Yeah.
This is the most important thing we should all be working on right now, is figuring out how to acquire in a strategic way enough Bitcoin to where we remain a superpower.
Yeah. And again, this is what people who have like the most current day vested interest in Bitcoin, this is what they want. This is what they're architecting, they're pushing for.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is inevitable. In other words, this will happen.
Yeah. I shared with you a YouTube video where Andre Geek says the exact same thing. It's inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, all the pieces are there, like on full display. It's like obvious as fuck.
Yeah.
Right? It seems like there's no other way around this at this point.
Yeah, I don't see another way around it.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, because there's we got to kick the can somehow to avoid, because the other side of this is just an actual reset and a reestablishment of order of things, which requires a war to occur.
100%. Absolutely.
So yeah, we're all mutually in the benefit of preventing that from happening.
Yes.
Right? Nobody wants World War III.
No.
Absolutely not.
No way.
Cannot happen.com. Dude.
Because the probability of a nuke being used is high.
Yeah, so if you're like saying it's like we need to more so prevent this type of thing from happening so that we can maintain our like preservation of decentralization.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
So in the scenario where the United States executes this plan and they are consuming all the energy for Bitcoin and they are a superpower, then you have a Bitcoin that you can still use peer-to-peer, but it's mined by the United States and therefore can be censored. Mm-hmm. So that is the outcome. So if you don't want that, you better increase the security budget of Bitcoin so that other miners are incentivized to also mine Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So
every other country should be buying that, right?
Yeah. I mean, not only every country, treasury companies should be buying that. Yeah. Like, this is a matter of strategic importance.
Mm. Yeah, because this yeah. What does this do? I don't know if it's like it offsets a bit like the crux of just pure Bitcoin ownership as like that certainty of control over like global finance, right? Because it's a standalone asset and there's only so much of it, right? So instead, if it's like a legitimate competition for hash power contribution, then it's like me as China, I could just outproduce any other country. Therefore, I'm actually contributing my end towards securing this network, and I'm receiving, NAT proportionally.
Sure.
As a result of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. You want that. If you're the United States, you want everybody to be mining this thing. Yeah. Especially if you hold 4 million Bitcoin.
Yeah, and we don't want just nation states to be the only like interested parties here, right?
No,
that's not the optimal vision for Bitcoin's future. I think some people would agree with that.
Yes, I think anybody holding Bitcoin today, which there's only 3% of you, and I think if you're holding Bitcoin, you know at least enough to want a decentralized network, not a centralized one.
Yeah. I think so. Okay, well, that's the introduction to the NAT paper.
Man, that's powerful, right?
I don't know. I'm sweating. I don't know what to think.
It's probably just hot in here, dude.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. I'm not actually having like a pre-panic attack moment. No. I'm not in fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
It's just fucking hot in here. Yeah, we do live in Houston, so.
Yeah.
Not surprised. Yeah, man. So then, that's just how it starts, and it goes way deeper from there, just to kind of understand just NAT, right?
Yeah, that feels like we don't have enough NAT. That's what it feels like. That's why you're sweating.
I've been telling you that. We need more NAT. Everybody needs more NAT, right? Because it's just very interesting. I mean, tell me another token that has implications.
These implications.
Like yeah. Point it to me, please.
Yeah, I'd like to buy that token too, actually.
Yeah, I mean, there's important tokens. Ethereum, Solana, these things are important. They are, other components
Sure.
of this like narrative to play out, and like things like stable coins and such. Like these are the infrastructure rails for that type of activity, again, which is another strengthening arm of, you know, US dollar hegemony strategy.
Yeah.
So like all this stuff is happening again in real time. So there's a lot of notable, interesting things. This is what I mean. Like the lore is really what's more interesting.
Yeah.
More so than price action these days, at least to me, just because I'm numb to numbers.
Red numbers.
Yeah, red or green, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the fact that crypto's gotten to this like echelon.
Yeah, this is why
time.
I think this is why we started the podcast, because of this.
It's true.
Like we knew this was going to happen.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, not in this specific way.
We're questioning, like, is this really what's going to happen? Like this crypto thing, right? We're talking back in 2017 days.
Yeah.
Is this actually going to change the world the way people are saying it is?
Yeah.
We wanted to know. That was kind of the premise of this podcast. We need to like study this thing as much as we can to know that, because it's like we've always felt this feeling of angst, like fuck, man, we were just born a little too late.
Yeah.
Wait, late? Or a little too late to miss like the whole .com thing, right?
Yep.
We had no play.
No. We were just users.
Yeah.
Early users.
Dark webbers. Gamers, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, we watched a lot of bum fights.
Yeah, Kimbo Slice, dude. Those are good times, dude.
Yeah.
Watch that guy's eyeball fly right out of his socket, dude. That was fucking intense.
Classic.
Core memories there.
Core memories. Yeah, man. So we're like, dude, if this crypto thing is like a next big thing, then we should find our way to be a part of it somehow.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, because if we were like, you know, a decade or two older, that we would have approached the internet in the same way. Like we got to figure out our way to do something here.
Absolutely.
Right. So here we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's NAT. So again, now that that's like kind of done and we've said what we need to say, it's out there. Now it's like, let's bring things back a bit to DMT, because clearly there's a lot of confusion out there. And I don't necessarily know if that really needs to be addressed so much. Like, you know, meaning like, you know, we see people like Casey Rodimer still not so much fading it as much as he did in the past, but still there's like this underlying sentiment of like, yeah, it's still just a joke. It's just this funny thing happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know.
I mean, that's when you first got introduced to Bitcoin. I mean, it's
exactly.
Like,
that's what I was going to say.
It's just
we all had that same
it's a scam token,
lackadaisical interpretation. It's like, yeah, it's just some freaking nerds on the internet fucking around with digits and stupidity and memes and shit.
Yeah.
Internet, what do they call it? Magic internet money, dude. Yeah. That's never going to turn into something huge.
Yeah, that's going to challenge the United States superpower? No way.
No way that thing is going to like potentially prevent World War III.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have these thoughts in 2012, 2013 or whatever.
Yeah.
Some people did, but those are the wise observers of the time.
Yeah, and they were crazy people in that time too.
Yeah, which they call people who see the value in DMT crazy.
That's right.
What do you call them? Schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Schizos.
We're psychonats.
We truly are. We're psychotic with a NAT injected in there somehow. By the way, bring up that language, dude.
Yeah. So,
if you could find that.
Yeah, before that, let's just finish the thought here of the conclusion of the podcast, because they mentioned not NAT. They mentioned DMT more than once here.
You know?
Yeah. Well, you know, let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments.
Where
like,
was
subscribe,
Casey
comment. Yeah, what did I get wrong? What was I unfair to? Which one is actually gonna, you know, revolutionize finance?
Which one has the best vibe from your perspective? Because for me, it's like Bitmap and DMT sort of have the best sort of esoteric vibe. Fractal's funny. Stacks, I like the people. Yeah, that's kind of, those are the standouts for me. But let me know if I'm missing, if I'm not clued into some sort of vibe.
I like the grug brain shit. Like when you ask me like, what do you think of Bitmap? I'm like, oh, I hate Bitmap. But then when I look at this list in context, I'm like, oh yeah, Bitmap and DMT. Like, why the fuck not? Like,
yeah.
Let's do some schizophrenia.
Yeah, which are your what are your favorites?
Cashew and Fediment.
Yeah.
Like I think they're doing something real and interesting and good. Bitmap and DMT are funny.
Right.
You know?
Hilarious.
What else? The rest of them, I'm like, there's no product market fit for any of this shit.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah,
the rest of them, no product market fit. And so they did mention TAP, but they totally missed the fact that DMT is built on TAP. And that's a great injustice to Benny, because Benny's been busting his ass. If we've ever seen one busting ass, it's Benny.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we've gotten to witness that ass bust like for a couple of years now. We've been tracking it the whole time, dude.
He's like one of the best devs in Bitcoin, really.
I would have to agree. And yeah, so the travesty here is the non-acknowledgement of that.
Yeah.
Even in context of like, there's a minor acknowledgement of, at least there's like some little smidget of value to this thing called DMT, which they said, even if it's just funny, right?
Hilarious.
There's an infrastructure angle to it. It's not just a thing that's, on a Git book. There's some actual technology underpinning.
Yeah,
this
100%. Yeah, I mean, part of the reason why we're waiting for the NAT paper to launch is for open sourcing of the indexer.
That's what I was going to say. I think that, so somebody like a Casey so like Erin, she's more of like the esoteric marketing side of marketing brain, right? She more so resonates with like the story,
the
lore, the feeling I get from this product, right? And like she says, like everything else is kind of lame in crypto. It's just these smart contracts just regurgitating vapor to me.
Yeah.
But like this DMT thing, they're taking a unique approach to digital genesis, right? And that's something that I resonate with, because this is what I want to find and discover within crypto.
Yeah.
And she articulated it very beautifully, right? And it's like, maybe these guys will one day uncover some sort of like hidden, whatever the hell she said.
Yeah, pattern,
some
the golden ratio.
Just whatever, right? Like this is the path you want to go down to actually true discovery within crypto. And there's already been several examples of that within the DMT space.
Yeah, I think she intuitively picked it up. She has a project that has like some semblance to DMT already.
Yeah, and it's in the sense that I think she's tying astrological things to on-chain data.
Yeah. Well, we just haven't looked into it because it was a while ago where we noticed it, but yeah, she has like semblances of DMT inside it, so she has like an intuitive understanding of what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, so I think Casey, he's not that, right? He's more like the nerd type, the technologist type. Mm-hmm. I'm more just
show me the code.
Show me the code. Yeah, show me the open sourced, tech stack that I can like look at and build something with.
Yeah.
Right, and that's not on super obvious yet, but assuming white paper's out, this open sourcing of the TAP protocol will also be out.
Yeah, and that's just a start. The whole point is eventually to get to a DMT client that you can run open source and you can use it on different chains. But I mean, we're talking a little ways from that. But
yeah, a little ways, and that's okay. I think that's one of the things you said after we digested the white paper or NAT paper a few times. Is like, what's cool about this NAT paper? It's not like a total fever dream, like they would say. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of white papers are, right? It's just like purely just an idea.
Correct.
Right? It's like 90% of all the things we say here are like already done.
Actually, it's more like 95 to 98%.
Whatever, dude.
That's crazy.
I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done. I don't know about 98%. There's still a lot of work to be done, dude. In the context of like Kabbalist actions,
Yeah.
Kabbalist?
I mean, in order to get a DMT client out there, we need to like actually use the DMT client without it existing. It's sort of like a proof of concept, an MVP of it. And if we could generate enough value from it, then it makes sense for developers to get their hands on it and put it on Ethereum and put it on Aptos and all these chains.
Yeah. I totally agree. But, that's fundamentally important as well. Again, beyond NAT, because there's a whole substrate here. And that's what we're hoping people at some point discover and realize and identifies like, another vector of NAT's success is not just getting people rich, right?
Yeah.
It's not just inputting how much NAT you hold into that nifty little NAT GMI calculator.
Correct.
And then like future spending, or what do you call that?
Future budgeting.
Yeah. It's like, all right, at 2 billion market cap, I can get this Lamborghini.
Yeah.
And, I can buy this house.
Yeah.
It's not just that, right? Or the fact that if this works out to a significant degree, where we're talking hundreds of billions of dollars of market cap,
Mm-hmm.
This has real implications on like the macroeconomic picture, assuming Bitcoin gets like deeply ingrained into that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge. Talk about lightning in a bottle. Like one day there could be like a government mention of NAT.
Yeah, 100%.
In the context of a better understanding Bitcoin and its place in the monetary apparatus. And it's like, oh, we've discovered through our due diligence, these initial proponents, they didn't really like, tell us the whole story.
Yeah.
About Bitcoin. There are some underlying security concerns here.
Sure. Yeah.
That we maybe need to address or contribute to or whatever. Oh, but there's this other underlying asset called NAT.
Yeah.
That is part of the like maintenance of that.
Yeah, that addresses the issues.
So imagine the like cost ramification is the repricing of that lightning in a bottle moment. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a participant in crypto, like what other token would you rather be a part of that has this kind of like potential?
Yeah.
Like I think this is what brought us into cryptocurrency in the first place, is like these kinds of narratives, these implications.
Yeah, it's just the market has completely veered away from that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
They're looking for the next streamer coin, dude. the next prediction market. By the way, I don't know if you saw South Park just released an episode featuring prediction markets like polling market.
Oh, I have not seen that. No.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Well, I haven't seen it. I assume it's good at South Park.
Oh yeah, it's always good.
Yeah, but my point is, most of the market's not looking for this kind of stuff. At least not yet.
I know, but this is the kind of stuff that has multi-cycle interest and engagement and relevance and all that stuff. Like Bitcoin is always relevant every cycle.
Yeah, I agree.
There's one concept that I wanted to bring up, that if NAT works, that means it's the official recognition that Bitcoin is not good enough.
Yeah, I think so. I would have to agree. I think,
and I think Bitcoiners, laser-eye Bitcoiners, do not like that.
I couldn't agree more. I can't imagine they would.
But eventually they'll have to come around because it's ultimately in their best interest.
Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a clash dynamic there.
Yeah, so expect that.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a clash just from like an ideological angle between knots and core.
Yeah.
This is an actual clash of like money.
Yeah.
Right? Where, some people holding Bitcoin are going to have to come to the rational exercise of dispelling their own intellectual dishonesty.
Yeah.
And the acknowledgement of like the reality of things, which people have a really hard time doing.
Yeah, the reality is there whether you believe in it or not. So,
yeah, but you have the freedom to ignore reality in most cases, and
yeah,
and just keep your head in the sand and fingers crossed and hope everything turns out good for you.
Yeah, I think that might be like a viable strategy in the context of Bitcoin. I think somebody will figure out the issues to Bitcoin.
Yeah. But
I think they will, just because of the network effect, and everyone sort of has a vested interest in making Bitcoin work.
Yeah, but if you have a fundamental understanding of NAT, again, it's like, okay, I have the ability to, perceive reality as it is and acknowledge the presence of some sort of potential danger, and like the call to action is simply, I don't know, me allocating a minute percentage of my Bitcoin holdings to this other thing that's cut from the fabric of Bitcoin itself, that its purpose is to strengthen this thing that I'm holding.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
It's not like I'm being told to buy the next fart coin.
Yeah, true.
I'm being told to buy the potential solution that doesn't completely erode this thing that I hold 100%. So much value in.
Yeah, I feel like
you're not being asked to just liquidate all of that.
Sure.
Because it's disproportionate in value, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Like 1% into this other thing
Yeah.
makes this thing, the 99% of this, that much more tremendously valuable.
Yeah, totally agree. I feel like eventually they'll come to that rational conclusion too.
Some will. Yeah. It's a question of how many
Yeah.
need to in order for NAT to really achieve its goals. And it's
I feel like it's inevitable because people they're going to be faced with this problem, and their only solutions is like, let's just make 21 million into infinity, or let's make Bitcoin into a proof of stake,
or let's steal Satoshi's balance.
Yeah, just redistribute it to the miners,
or let's tax everybody.
Yeah, maybe those are viable solutions to these Bitcoiners, these lasered-eyed Bitcoiners. But I don't think they'll go for that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sweating again. It's
all right.
It's happening.
Last thing. The greatest thing we've ever seen is by Satoshi Nakamoto. It says, Nat about to write history. Are you ready? Understand Bitcoin, understand Nat.
Can you see that?
Do you not see this, dude?
I see it pretty loud and clear, dude.
It says, are you ready? And then look at this.
Oh, God.
They have a full alphabet.
Yeah, this at first glance was hard to.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell is happening here, but it took about 5 seconds to register. It's like, oh shit, that's all the letters, right?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, this is so awesome. I don't know why. It's just
this feels like I don't know, some stamp of alien speak.
To me, this is like schizophrenic.
Oh shit, you're right, dude. Casey was right.
Yeah, right.
Dude, we actually do look
crazy. He saw something in the NAT logo that we did not see.
Yeah, I don't know. I think when he mentioned schizophrenia, I think he's more so. It's like, look, these people
are hallucinating.
They look at walls of data and they're seeing things that the rest of us are not. Like that's the definition of like a schizophrenic, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like they see
things that are not there.
It's like these schizos, on-chain schizos, they're seeing these patterns, and then they decided to tokenize that. Like, that's a little crazy, guys.
It is crazy.
I'm perfectly comfortable with that.
But what's really not that crazy is that the patterns are there.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just there.
Yeah, we all have the ability to see those patterns. Actually,
that's really fundamentally why humans still exist, is because we're able to see patterns.
It's true. Yeah, you don't actually need some brain abnormality.
No, no.
So it's not schizophrenic.
No, obviously, no way.
It's just sound survival instincts.
Yes.
Pattern recognition.
Yeah, and so he was able to recognize the alphabet within the NAT logo.
I mean, that's a little crazy. That's a little nutty, dude. How did he see this?
I have no idea.
This is a unique mind for sure.
Yeah.
I would have never thunk. This is the cool thing about like
putting stuff out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like crypto and like open sourcing things and like community effort to like, community alignment. So you just never know what else can be discovered, right? Like this is a pure example of that. Like this is really cool.
Yeah, we need to turn this into like an actual usable product here, because I mean, I feel like we gotta leverage this, like an actual.
This is NatSpeak, dude. I mean, we've already
literally
coined NatSpeak.
And now we have an alphabet.
Have you not heard? Right? Yeah, but now we have like an aesthetic.
Yeah.
To NatSpeak, potentially.
Yeah. I know we need to turn it into an actual font. Is what I'm saying. Like you type it out and like it's there.
Yeah, and then like utilize that as our logos and such.
Yeah, as the branding and all that stuff.
They were really gonna look like a cult.
Yeah, this looks like glyphs and like weird satanic iconography.
What the satanic
or Krypton?
Christ-like. No, there's nothing Christy about this, is there?
I mean, at first glance, it kind of looks intimidating, like it's kind of creepy.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's the NAT logo. There's nothing creepy about a circle.
No, this is just super symmetry on display. That's all this is, dude. Because for whatever reason, this NAT wheel thing keeps like appearing.
Yeah, and Binance and OKX.
Yeah. For whatever reason, it's just like some self-propagating symbol out there that it's registering into different channels of different wavelengths of creation, and we just happen to.
We might have hit a vein.
Yeah.
With this logo.
That's what Erin said we would do. She said if they keep going down this weird DMT hole, they're gonna unlock some like new dimensional paradigm that we've all missed.
Yeah, new digital physics.
She's totally right.
I think we've done it.
Not yet. Nat yet, dude. It's the Nat the end of the story. It's just getting started.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a lot of work to be done, and yeah, unfortunately, lads, we just can't
do it all.
We can't cover the space the way we would like to.
Yeah.
As regularly, but we know we're missing things. Some of you guys are pissed at us because we didn't tell you about Aster.
Yeah.
So we saw those. How dare you not inform us of Aster pre-launch, dude?
Yeah.
We just missed CZ's phone call.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't receive the check. So
yeah,
I mean, we're not going to talk about it without checks, right?
Yeah. So unfortunately, yeah, there's a lot of things happening out there.
Oh man, there's
not just this. Right?
There's one more thing. God damn it, I'm losing it. All right, we got to call it. Damn, there's one more thing. Oh yeah, well, shout out to Casey and Aaron for the podcast, and you guys are more than welcome to join us for a discussion on.
It's true.
On doing the DMT trip.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, other than that, if you guys have any thoughts on the NAT paper, or any thoughts on NAT or DMT or any of that stuff, hit us up in the DMs. Join the Telegram channel. It's popping off.
Mm-hmm.
There's almost 1,000 people in there.
Yeah, it's a great like little hub, I would say.
Yeah. All right, guys. Appreciate you for watching, and we will catch you in the next podcast.
Peace.